Uh, 440C. Time to jump in and get it poppin', B. Yo, it's what you see is knowledge is love. Melinda Valentine and props to up above. Gonna honor dad, Aries season. Talk about a little bit of Taurus who's pleasing. Mentally, you see these words are so absurd. Want you to know that I'm nice with the verbs. My adverbs go to pronouns. The numerology makes me feel the heart pound. April is a month that you want to know about. Understand, you gotta just show it out, show it up. The April flowers, and those April showers. What you better get ready to see is a lot of transformation and powerful energy, B. Queen B is here. She's gonna break it down so that the energy is near, not far away. Don't you understand? I don't play. That's why you got the poetry. Yes, it's incomplete, but you could call me Ecompleasy. Flowing over tracks, and I do it so easy. Kind of greasy, never sleazy. On the microphone, you know I will please thee. But what we need is numeralytics. Understand mentally, she's the best critic and analysis of the numbers. Don't you know? Sun and moon in the 8th house, baby bro. After that, what else can I say? It's time to start the show, because you know she don't play. Let's get down, you see, because we're about to hear the truth of numerology for Queen B. Knowledge. Wow. What's the deal, y'all? It's Eric Taylor, BigEAstro Astrology, and I want to welcome you to episode 440. And she'll break down the numerology of that in a second for us. But it's episode 440 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast. And I have with me tonight a friend, a guest, a master Astro-Numerologist, a cultural icon, and what do you say?
Preservationist.
Preservationist. I can't find the word. It's been a lot. But I present to you the Cap Rising, Leo, Sun and Moon, Numeralytics, Melinda Valentine, a.k.a. Queen B. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you tonight?
I am doing very well, and I'm so happy to be back here on Knowledge is Love on the podcast with you, Big E. You know you are my fellow Life Path 9. So, you know, when we get together, it's a convergence of the Light Path 9s, and we're here to raise the universal consciousness in the collective and to inspire the masses with our higher spiritual creative energy.
Oh, that's a lot for me to live up to.
Oh, you do it every day, please.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. So we are saying goodbye to the lion and the lamb. March Madness has been literally, figuratively, energetically, spiritually off the charts and off the chain crazy. But tonight we're going to find out, and you're going to share the insights for the public, the chat, the collective, what is going on for the month of April. So let me know, what is 440, episode 440, and then we can get into April. I'm kind of curious.
Okay, so episode 440 to me is power, mastery, okay, and focus and balance, because those two fours, when you add them together, they equal an 8.
Yes.
Okay, and we know that is the number of power and material manifestation, right? Career achievement, a job well done with what you're doing, you know, a rise to the top, that Capricorn energy. And like you said, my Capricorn rising,
my Cap Moon,
your Cap Moon, it's, you know, we could not make it up any differently.
Yeah.
So that's what that means to me. And the other thing that I also want to point out, that it's episode 440. This is also an 8 universal day. So that's also doubling down on the Capricorn energy and that power and that mastery, and really using our power with balance and integrity. All right. And then the other thing that's going to add on to, because you know, with numerology, we just continue to add on, right?
I love it when you add on, my friend.
So the next thing I'll add on to that is it's an 8 universal day. That means that you and I are both having a 9 personal day, which means that we're resonating with each other. We're in each other's energy. And this is a day that we should be coming together to raise the collective, because we're Life Path 9. So on a 9 personal day, we're doing exactly what we came to Earth to do. We're helping the masses out with what's going on energetically. So I
And
think
it's the
that's a pretty,
31st, which is a 4.
and it's a 31st, which is the 4. So then you got that 4 4 4. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot of structure. And that's a lot of foundation that we're building right now. Right. And we're dealing with social questions and things that can answer social qualms and social illnesses.
I love that. And you see, you guys, this is why I hang out with Queen Bee. I just wish I could bring her out to Arizona and not have her out in Cheesesteakville and Philadelphia and all that stuff. But, you know, that's what it is. So, okay, we got a lot going on, right?
Yes.
We have Saturn and Neptune and Aries. Okay, I'm going to
Yes.
just let everybody in the chat, I'm going to lay out the table for you. Venus is now in Taurus, home sweet home. We have Saturn, Neptune, and Aries. On the 9th of April, we're going to have Mars enter. On the 14th, Mercury. On the 16th, the moon. And the 17th is the new moon. And then the 19th of April is the critical anaretic degree of 29 degrees. Along the way, before the 9th, and this is out of April, out of Aries, going back now to Taurus, Uranus, you guys, from April 6th to the 25th, Uranus and Taurus will be at the anaretic critical 29th degree. So this is from the 6th on until we get to Taurus season. It's kind of intense. So tell us what does April mean in the numeric point of view?
Right. So really it is intense, E. And I really just want to let the family know that the energy that we're in right now is very critical. We're at a pivot point. We're at a turning point within the cycle. We know we're in a one universal year. So that's us really, we started a whole new one epicycle, 1 to 9 epicycle. So that's huge. We know it's the fire horse year. That's huge. And we also know that 3 of our outer planets within between, end of 2025 and now in 2026, all have transitioned to new signs. So we know the implication of that is super heavy, super energy. So we know the implication of that. And then let's get back to it numerically, because we're going to get into these planetary transits. We'll get into those.
Yeah.
But numerically, like I said, we're entering into this 5 universal month for April. Okay. So that means we started the year off in an 11 universal month for January, where we were dealing with our relationships, we were dealing with maybe some spiritual visions and downloads, and then we transitioned into February, into that 3 month where it might have been some real self-expressive energy, some expansion, right? Some creativity. And then March was really a doozy, right? March is always a doozy. March is the epitome of what we call a cusp, okay? Because not only is it the cusp from the end of the zodiacal year to the new zodiacal year, it's also the cusp from the last numerical year to the new numerical year. So while we were in that 9-year last year, March is really the first month where we're starting to in that 9-year filling. So that 9-year feeling from last year is really shaking off in March. So it's really a cusp month because we got all this different energy coming in and going out. So March is a tough month every year, no matter what the universal year, no matter what the universal month says it is, it's always a tough month, right?
And Queen, extra tough this year with those eclipses. That eclipse was something.
Extra tough with the eclipses. We had the
And
planetary
the
alignment,
retrograde.
the retrograde on the 26th, the planetary alignment on the 28th, and on the 28th, that's when the Iranian war jumped off.
That's right.
So we have all of these things that have culminated, right? And this is what March brought us. So now, again, every 30 days, we're going to switch over this energy. So and then another thing with March, it was a 4 universal month. Okay. So that 4 universal month brings the odd and unusual. It brings the mysterious, the unexpected. It requires us to work. It requires us to look at our structure. It's restrictive energy, restricting us to the things that we really need to take care of, as opposed to what we want to do. Okay. So those are things that we're making like decisions about in March. And now we can get to April, where we're moving into a little bit of a lighter energy, numerically speaking. Because what I like to say about that 4 and 5 are the 2 air numbers, but 4 is like a heavy air, where 5 is a free air. Right? 4 is that fixed air. 5 is a mutable air. It's free. It wants to flow. the 4 can be a little restrictive and methodical and get stuck in its thinking pattern, right? But that 5 is like, man, we're just going to go with it. So the 5 energy is really in April, that 5 universal month is calling for us to look at our freedom, to look at our cycle where we've been coming throughout the year. Whatever we don't like about what happened from January to March, April is your opportunity to change it. It brings energy in that allows you to pivot what you're doing, whether that's personally or whether that's in business. Okay. And that's drawing on the collective universal energy. So again, that energy is for all of us in the collective. But, you know, we all have that personal cycle that we have to coincide that energy with. So there are some nuances, but collectively, all of us can pull from this energy. So the other part to that is April is another A word, activation. Aries, April activation, triple A. It brings change. It brings ignition. It brings ignitive energy. It activates you to get moving, to be progressive. Okay. And that's coinciding with the numerical 5, right? So it's asking you to move and change. So these are the energies that we're dealing with. So it does present for a little bit of a lighter air numerically. However, with the planetary movements that we have going on this month, I'm not really sticking to that light air right here, because we're going to get some heavy transits that are going to bring in some very serious things that we need to make sure we're paying attention to.
I love it. And kind of what you said was describing some of those alignments. Just think of Mercury and Mars entering Aries. It is very direct. It is definitely in your face, aggressive, assertive, competitive. It is about pivoting and being a pioneer maverick, but it's like it's taking no BS and it is getting it done. It's really the spark of life, but the Saturn is here for the Aries energy, right? To April 12, 2028, to bring in that discipline to say, no, you're not just starting something. You need to follow through and complete it, Aries. You need to think before you react. You need to slow down. Don't be overly impulsive. And then the Neptune is giving that little zhuzh, that little Alana Pisces pixie dust magic energy, right? It's like, hey, Aries, be compassionate and empathetic. Hey, Aries, don't forget to meditate. Use your imagination and creativity. So when you put all this together, one thing that it makes me think of, we are really at a point where we're going to start to see a new music industry, a new Hollywood, new film and career. And it may start off very underground and independent, but you're already seeing it start to happen. And so that's where that creation energy of the one and the fire horse, we're going to really start to feel into this year. And then you have those pressure points, right? Obviously, like I said, the 6th, when Uranus goes to the 29th degree in Taurus, who knows what that's going to bring? The 25th of April, when Uranus enters Gemini. I think about that new moon on the 17th, right? Another 8, right? The new moon in Aries. So we really have got to kind of step into the fact that if you want to change your life, you better like take advantage of this energy and jump in it and surf and ride that wave. Be precise, disciplined, cautious, but you've got to be the man and the woman in the arena, right?
Yes. So definitely this is the time to take charge of that if you do want to make changes. But like you said, this is about intentional change. This is about being focused on yourself. Because when we think about Aries, right? What is Aries? It's the sign of like the self, right? It's the head. I am. It's the head strong. So this focus of all these planets culminating in this sign, right? 7 planets culminating in the sign of Aries throughout this at any point throughout this month, is really a focused energy, and the energy is supposed to be focused on you.
Yes.
You're the focus. It's telling you, hey, look at yourself, because with all of the planetary alignments, these corporations, the corporations and the governments are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to do that regardless of what the people are doing.
That's right.
So the people have to start looking out for the people, right?
I love it.
That's what this energy tells us. And then it also doubles down on that when Uranus enters Gemini, because that's Uranus, the planet of the people, of the social construct, right?
Freedom and liberation. Yeah.
Freedom and liberation going into the sign of Gemini. So that's air energy. That's an amplified archetype of energy where we're going to have a lot of different ideas, new opportunities, like you said, new ways to do things, unexpected changes, stepping out of the box and being visionary and progressive about the way we create.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's already taken place with the AI boom, with Pluto in Aquarius and all of these other transits. That AI boom, I've been seeing things that I've never thought that I would see. Like these people are coming up with like series of things that we were taught in like our schools of thought. So like say something like NGE. I'm seeing stories on like Yakub, like a series on that. This is something that we would have never thought of,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
like even 2 years ago, when you would have never thought that this would be coming out.
it's a lot.
So
It's a lot.
yes, it's a lot. And, another thing is, what you were just talking about, all those planets and then with Neptune being there. So now Neptune can kind of blur your vision a little. So you have to be focused. You have to not allow that planet to cause illusions with what really is going on in front of you and what really matters to you and to your family. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, to take care of ourselves and our families, because these governments and corporations, like my boy MJ said, they don't really care about us.
Woof.
So this is something that we're going to have to take a hold of and focus this energy for ourselves.
I love that. And let's not forget, and I love what you said, right? It's about the I am. And this is why on the first, the Libra full moon is about finding where you, in relation to others, whether it's relationships, marriage, business, friendships, whatever, is out of balance. And we need to create that harmony, that true inner peace, and that self-love on the first, right? See, it's not an accident. Listen to this. Libra full moon on the first of Aries, right? So it's like the beginning of the I am, right? One, the leader, but it's the we balancing with the I. So it's like we all need self-love so that I and Melinda, I can become good individual leaders, the tribal leaders in your community, the tribal leaders in the tribe. You know what I mean? We have got to initiate and do it with that like self-love, right? And so that's why this Libra full moon is so powerful, bringing in that harmony and peace at the start of the month tomorrow. So it's really fascinating. So I want to ask you this, Queen, because I think of April, and there's two schools of thoughts, right? Some people feel the real new year is on the equinox, right? This year was the 20th, some years the 21st. And then some theorize if you did the calendar like God intended on the turtle, 13 months, 28 days, that the real new year may be on April 1st.
Yes.
Do you have any intuition into that and what your thoughts are, or how you would vibrate with either date, or does it not matter because it's so close?
So to me, Big E, the way that I look at that, because the business we're in, we deal with a lot of cusp energy. So the way I look at that, from March 21st to April 1st is only about a 2-week period. So I say it starts March 21st. That's the start of it. But then it culminates. And then when we get to that April 1st point is when we're really pushing that energy back and we're moving forward in a progressive manner.
I like that.
So that's would be the answer that I would say that. And then I want to also double down about a little bit about that new moon in Libra, because I have more to say about that, which is going to add on to
full moon in
the
Libra.
full moon. I'm sorry. Yep. The full moon in Libra on April 1st.
Yes.
Also, April 1st, the first week in April, from April 1st to April 7th, that's a 6 universal week. So everything you just said doubles that energy. So now we have a 6 universal week, right? We have April 1st is also a 6 universal day. And then we have the full moon in Libra. Libra's represented by the number of the 6, right? It represents the 6.
Okay.
So we have 666 energy. That's really dealing with the home, the family, the community.
And 666 is us, right? Hydrogen,
right?
Carbon, and oxygen. It's humanity, human beings.
It's humanity, right? They say that, right? So now when we look at this, that makes this full moon even more significant. Okay. This is going to be shining light on what's imbalanced in your relationships. It's going to shine the light on these things, on where you have been, where people have been kind of overstepping their boundaries with you.
Yeah.
It's going to tick you. You're going to feel that energy and you're going to say, hey, you see that you're overstepping this. No, I'm putting my boundary up. Self-love has to come first to double
That's
down
right.
on what you're saying, because if you don't love yourself and take care of yourself, there's no way you can do that for others. So if we're going to be this collective, we have to learn how to start getting in tune with our own energy, loving ourselves unconditionally, just like how we expect our parents our parents love us unconditionally. That's
Yep.
how we have to have that love for ourselves. The same love that we feel for our children, we have to feel that for ourselves.
I love that. And
So
that's
yeah,
self-awareness too, right, Queen? Because
yes,
when you're self-aware, you're like, wait a minute, I did just overstep the boundaries with
yes,
said person or with this one or that one, and so we got to sometimes recalibrate in the moment. And I think that's very crucial for this month. So hello to everybody in the chat. I want to get to the chat in a second. And Melinda is going to be doing some live readings with you guys in the chat. So, so we'll get there in a second to everybody. But I want to ask you this. When explain to people, because not everybody will know, when you calculated that the first week from the 1st to the 7th being the universal 6, just explain to everybody how you did that.
sure. So everything in numerology is mostly addition. You only have subtraction when you're doing certain things.
Right.
So the way we calculate the weekly energy is it depends on the yearly, where we are in the year, because the year is always comes first when we're looking at the energy. So we're in a one universal year. To get the universal month, I add it to the month position we're in, which is April. So that 1 + 4, that gives us that 5 universal month.
Yeah.
And then when we look at the week position, April 1st through April 7th is the first week in April. So we add a 1 to get the 6 universal week to the 5 universal month. Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
then again, the 1, it's April 1st. We add that 5, that gives us the 6 universal day. So that's how
Okay.
you get those energies.
Wow. See, I love that. I love that. Now, listen, just so you guys know, and we're about to get to the chat. Queen Bee's going to break it down. But guess what? You guys need to join the tribe. She's a
Yes.
part of it, and she's going to be presenting this Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, April 3rd, in the tribe, going even deeper and explaining, and especially personally for the tribe members, the energy of the month of April. So if you want to join the tribe, it's either $10 or $23 a month. It's really cheap and it's really a lot of value. We have 2 monthly meetings. We've got Queen Bee on the 3rd. On the 17th, we've got Marcy Dean from Love Evolve Music, playing music and healing frequencies and music from the other side. She's the founder of Electric Blue Communications. And then on May 1st, we've got another tribe member, Melissa May, who is amazing with the plant medicine, the herbs, the ayahuasca, the magic mushrooms, the sanunga, which my wife and I have used and put in our eyes, and it literally clears up your vision. So this is just an example. So the tribe is www.community.BigEAstrology.com. And Queen, I just thank you for being part of the tribe and also coming back again for this very crucial month. And that's why I asked you, because I was like, you know what? This month, it's a lot, and then a lot of change, the planetary alignments, and then obviously Uranus, on the 25th. So I was like, I gotta have the queen. I gotta have Melinda. Melinda's got
You
to come
gotta
to the
have the
tribe.
queen.
So you guys need to join. Reach out. You can always email me, eric@bigastrology.com, but come join the tribe so you can meet her and get a personal reading from her, because she's the best at what she does. Numerologics is no joke. Okay. So you want to get to the chat?
Sure, let's just do a check-in with the chat real quick.
With the peoples.
So it looks like we have Coach Kendra here. She said, "Hey y'all, peace, Queen."
Hey,
We got
Kendra.
Denise here. Peace, Denise. Peace and love
Hey,
to you, Queen.
hey, Denise.
And then people saying, "Go, Eric," and "Hey, Queen." Um, and then we got our boy C here. He said, "Hey, Queen B and Big E and
All
family."
right. What's up, Cephas?
We
He's the
got the
best.
lovely Mrs. Alana Taylor saying hello, beautiful people, and love to you all.
All
Much love to
righty.
you. Much love to you, Queen Taylor. And we have Miss Cutie Paws saying hello to everyone.
Hey, cutie paws.
We have Golden Sunkiss saying hey, 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 Queen, peace and love.
Okay, now you new people, Golden Sunquist and Denise, you guys, kind of busy tonight, but come back. Please subscribe, hit the like button. You can sneak in your big three. Maybe we'll get to it, but just welcome to the channel. Thank you.
Peace and love. And yes, everyone, welcome to the channel. And everyone that's here on the channel in the chat with us that's watching this, that wants to follow, please head over to Numeralytics
Oh,
right on
please.
YouTube, and you can follow, subscribe to the channel there. I do a lot of stuff on the channel, so I
Give
won't get
them the
into all that.
spelling. All the links are
Yes,
down below in the description, you guys, but give them the spelling so they can follow you on YouTube and IG, etc.
Okay, so the spelling is Numerallytics, just like how it sounds, Numeralytics. Okay. So very good, very good. And one other thing I do want to mention, you guys head over to my website at numeralytics.net. I have several tools over there, and actually some of the tools that I have on the site are what I'm going to be using to do some of the readings tonight.
Oh, cool.
Because of course, Numeralytics is the home and the founder of the Numerology Aspects. So I created a whole system. So we're going to be giving the folks just probably their aspect tonight, but just one. There's 6 aspects, or there's more than that, but there's 6 main ones. We're only going to do one aspect tonight, and that's going to be the I am aspect in honor of Aries season.
I love it.
Okay, so we're going to be doing the I am aspect, which lets you know about your life path, which is why you came to the planet Earth. And it's also going to let you know about your individual frequency, which is basically your mentality and your main frequency of energy that you emit as you go out throughout your day.
I love it. So what do you, we'll get there in a second, you guys. I got a couple more questions, but what do they need to share in the chat for you? Their birthday?
The only thing I need from them is their birthday, because I'm not doing anything with the other aspects.
Okay,
so
so
for
just the
this
birthday, you
aspect,
guys.
you only need the full date of birth.
Okay, so the
That's
full
all
birthday.
I need from you. I have everything else
If
set
you
up.
are wanting to get a personal reading or whatever, let's put your birthday information in the chat if you have any questions. So I do have a very important question, because I talked about that date, April 6th. Break down the energy of that, because that's when Uranus in Taurus goes to the 29th degree, from the 6th to the 25th before it ingresses into Gemini. What should we feel, or what could we feel on the 6th and the start of that critical degree and that energy?
So that is going to be, it's so funny that you say that, E. That is such an auspicious day.
Yeah.
So when we get to April 6th, there's going to be a lot of energy about, and like Big E said, that's the 29th degree that Uranus is going into Taurus's 29th degree.
Yeah.
And guess what else that is? That's a master number 11 day. So that's 2 master number 11s. That's a master 22 energy that we're dealing with. So this is, let's first break down that master 11, right? So when we're looking at that, it could mean a couple things. It could mean you really getting those spiritual downloads. It could mean you being more extra sensitive. You might have high anxiety that day. Okay. Be overwhelmed with the energy that you're feeling that day. Those 2 ones is also indicative of this Aries energy we're feeling, because that's 2 ones, right?
Yes.
That's very direct, powerful, straightforward, creative, original energy with those 2 ones. And then when we look at that 11 in the Chaldean system of numerology, that's giving us a warning. That's a warning for us. That's for you to be warned about trials and tribulations and treachery from others. Okay. From those that you deal with in your circle, in your cipher. And also that 29th degree doubles down on that and tells you that there's a treachery, deceit, and tribulations from the opposite sex. Then breaking down into trials and tribulations from anyone, then breaking down into that sensitive, overwhelming, anxiety-filled energy. So that's a huge energy day. That's also one of the most significant days of the first universal week, because it's taking place on the 6th and we're in a 6th week. So it's a very auspicious day. So I would tell everyone to make sure you're fully hydrated that day, that you get a good night's sleep the night before, that Sunday night, get a full night's sleep.
Okay.
And, try not to let others,
So because it's, but let me ask you this, because it's Uranus and Taurus, the 29th degree, would you say it would be very good to connect and ground in earth and nature and to connect with like our crystals to activate our throat chakra? And just so people know, Uranus is the central nervous system in the back of the neck. And you mentioned anxiety. So we may literally need a head or a neck massage to calm your nerves, put your feet or palms in the ground, connect in nature. Would you say that that could be something that could be a very helpful tip for people to do on that day for their energies?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything that you do that's already in the purview of your spiritual practices,
Mm,
especially crystal work, meditation, taking a hot bath with the salts,
yeah,
all of that stuff is very important. Staying well hydrated. I would say keep to fruits and veggies like that night before and that day,
that
just to
sounds
keep
good.
your system clean,
Yes.
and keep yourself very hydrated and rest. Let me tell you how rest is the most important thing that you could do
Yeah.
for anything. So with that 11 energy, you really do need rest because often either sometimes your visions will come through the rest, when you're resting and through the meditative state.
Yeah.
And it's also going to recharge you to reduce that feeling of the overwhelming and anxiety that you may feel and the pressure that you may feel from outside forces.
Mm. All right. So tell me where you want to go next, because I have another question, but I don't know if you want to get to the personal reading for my RIP dad, or we want to go to the chat. It's up to you.
So why don't we talk about your father
Okay.
first, and then we can look at the
So
chat.
I'll set this up.
Yeah.
Share with the people. I'm kind of an open book in that sense, and I publicly honor my father, and I have my entire life. Right, he was murdered May 20th, 1977, when I was 6 years old, before my 7th birthday, and he had just turned 45 on March 25th. So he was born March 25th, 1932. He was a Leo rising, an Aries sun, and a Scorpio moon. And very powerful man, very powerful chart. And so Queen Bee decided that she would kind of share with you guys and just us and kind of explain that energy of like who he was, but then even that energy of May 20th, 1977, when he was, murdered in Harlem in New York City.
Yes. So before I get started with this, first of all, I want to say rest in peace and paradise and power to your
Thank
father, William Kidd Taylor. May he rest in peace.
you.
Um,
Yeah. He would
you
have been
know,
94 this year. I can't believe it. It's like crazy. And
isn't
Aries
that
men, they're
crazy?
big kids. Even in, in their 50s,
Yeah,
60s, they're just big, giant kids with a lot of energy and fun.
right, right. So we do that, I definitely wanted to make sure I said that to make sure that we're memory. Obviously, I have a great respect for you and your family. I love all of you guys, and I,
Thank you. Thank you.
it's a sensitive subject, so I just want to make sure that I do that and say
Oh,
that
you're
because
the
this is
best. Thank you. Thank you.
it's
Yeah.
really a sensitive subject. And even when I was doing the numbers, I just felt like a overwhelming sense of responsibility to make
Mm,
sure that I treated this with the proper respect. Um,
mm, that's deep.
I
Thank
want to be very respectful here. And your dad is an amazing person. He has a very marked individuality. So let's start at the beginning. William Kidd Taylor. He's an Aries 7
you.
person. Okay. So
Okay.
that would make him a fire sign with a water number. Okay.
Yes.
That is a level 3 elemental combination. Okay. When you come to
Okay.
numerologics, we call that a level 3. So these people are, I call them the dynamic transformationist people. Okay. They're
Okay.
dynamic and they're transformative.
Yeah.
Okay. And the energy together is dynamic energy and it's transformative energy and it's powerful energy. Okay.
That was
So
him.
that was him. So look, we're already doing good, right?
Yes.
So when we look at your father, the first thing that I want to note is that his key numbers are the 7, 2, and 6. Okay.
Mm,
So his individual frequency is a 7. That 2 is always associated, and then it's a 6. Would be a 9, but since the 9 is in opposition to his 2 and 7, we flip that and give it the 6.
Okay.
So this is very interesting because your father had very interesting opposing energies
Yeah.
within him, within his own birthday, right? And a
Mm.
lot of us have that. A lot of us have that, right? So when we look at that, his key days are the 7, 2, and 6. His significant months are going to be June, July, May, and October. I'm
Mm.
cooking. I'm going to get there. So let's remember that May is a significant month. Okay.
Yes.
We're going to remember this because a lot of times when numerologists are talking about, um, energy, resonant energy, and I call it resonance energy,
Yeah.
where you're resonating with that energy, it doesn't always mean something positive or good is going to happen.
Exactly.
It just means you're resonating with that frequency. So depending on what's going on in the circumstances around that, that's going to be a significant time for you, a significant period for you. And we say that because it's going to be something memorable that's
Mm.
going to change your life, change the lives of others around you, or something like that. So that's what we say significant energy. Okay.
Wow. That's deep. Yeah.
So let's get into it. Since I gave him his key numbers, the 7, 2, and 6, his opposition numbers now are going to be the 9, 8, and 4, which the 9 is the period that he's born in, but it's opposing him.
Mm.
It's opposing his number. Okay. So let's remember that. All right. Now we got all of that housekeeping out of the way right there.
And
This is a lot, right? So
let me
we'll
tell
get
you,
into
he was big into the numbers.
Yeah, you told me. So
Yes.
I mean, I know he would have loved this, and I'm hoping that he's
Oh, he
hearing
would.
this now,
He would have
and
loved.
he's blessing this. I hope he's blessing this.
He was into the astrology and numerology. That big Aries the Ram back there. That was my dad. So yeah.
Yeah. And you know why I know he was into that? Because he was an individual frequency 7. That's the
Mm.
knowledge seeker. That's the mystic,
Yeah.
right? They're
Okay.
always looking to gather more information, read as much books as they can. They like their peace and quiet. They don't like a lot of noise.
Yeah.
It can almost turn into isolated energy, right? It can almost turn into isolation, or using his studying and all that as an excuse not to do things, right? It can
Mm.
almost turn into that.
Okay.
So he is individual frequency 7. He's also a life path 7.
Mm.
So now there's double 7 energy for him.
Okay.
Okay. So he resonates with this 7 very strongly. All right. And then when we look at this now, um, I'll just give his other core numbers. So his individual frequency is a 7, his life path is a 7. His expression was a 9, which you're very familiar with the 9 energy E.
Yeah.
And
And
I can see through
he
his
was definitely a humanitarian and a leader. Do you know
yeah.
that Thanksgiving, Christmas, he would basically feed like half of Harlem. He would give out turkeys and hams. He literally, no
Mhm.
exaggeration, literally paid people's rents in their apartments for them.
So
That's
we're
who
going
he
to get
was.
into that. We're
Yeah.
going to
Okay.
get into that because I can see that through his numbers.
Wow.
Um, because his soul urge is a 6, and a 6 is the cosmic guardian, especially as a soul urge. A soul urge 6 they thrive on it. They're motivated by taking care of others.
Mm.
They're motivated by almost martyrdom, giving too much to others
Wow.
without kind of settling themselves first, what we were just talking about. That
Mm.
6 energy is a true balancing act. It's a true balancing act. You have to balance that.
Yeah.
So that lets me know that, he really wanted to care for the community. He cared about his home, his family. He cared about his businesses, especially with that 7. 7s can be very good in business if they apply themselves. It's not like a typical business number,
Brilliant at
but
business.
since they're the experts in their niches, they can be excellent at business if they find that perfect balance for them, right?
Yeah.
And then his personality number was a 12-3.
Hmm.
Okay, so that 12 lets me know that he is often the victim or the sacrifice for others, right? The victim or the sacrifice. And he had mental anxiety and mental suffering at the hands of others.
Hmm.
Okay. So he has some martyrdom energy here.
Okay.
All 3 of those numbers are sacrificial energy in a way. The 9 is because the 9 is always trying to give of itself. The 9 is always giving back to the numbers.
Yeah.
No matter what number it touches, it gives everything back to it. And it returns it with love. The
Mm.
6 is the cosmic guardian. It wants to take care of everyone. It wants to make sure everyone has food, everyone has clothing, everyone has shelter,
Yeah.
everyone's getting fair treatment. The 6 always looks at fair and balanced treatment.
And very honorable. Here's a funny, quick little story because I met a gentleman years later, and he told me funny stories about my dad. He said two great stories, real quick. That my father lent him $10,000 to start his own business. He said eventually he paid him back, but that he had lent him $10,000, and I'm like, wow. And then he also explained that one time he saw my father slap a man in the face because he cursed out in the street in front of a woman. And he said, "You don't curse in front of women," and slapped a dude in his face and said, "Don't ever do that again." That was my dad.
That's that Aries, and
Yes.
that's that expression 9. Okay. That's that Aries and that expression 9 right there.
Kid Taylor
And
did
then you
not play.
disrespecting a woman? No, you're
You
done
don't
for.
curse in front of no ladies.
You're done for.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got all his key core numbers out. So now what I kind of want to turn to, E, is just I want to give you a little background because I like to look at the year someone's born in, because he was born in the 6th universal year, because the year you're born, to me, that's what you're here to do too. So he came to Earth to make adjustments for others. He came to be that cosmic guardian. Okay. He was born to change the world, to be a cosmic guardian, to show others the way of how you deal with your family, how you deal with the community, how you respect others, how you are fair and balanced, how you should teach others, how you should improve yourself so you can improve the lives of others. That's that 6 energy. Okay. And then he was born in a 9 universal month. So we see that 9 again. And he's also born in that period of the 9. So we see that 9 really coming up for him. Right.
Wow.
And through his numbers, E, because I've also done your chart, I can see everything your father gave you through these numbers. Okay. So this is really, it's really interesting. I can see where you got all those 1s and 9s in all of your chart.
Right.
Now, what I want to talk about now, because we got all that out.
Okay.
Now let's look at the day in question. Okay. So before I actually get to the day in question, I want to talk a little bit about your father, about his pinnacle cycles and his life cycle. Okay. So his life cycle would have consisted, we have 3 big cycles in our life, called the big 3. I know it's big 3 gets pulled around a lot, but in numerology, your big 3 is your life cycle. So that's your developmental cycle. That's from age 1 to 28.
Okay.
And that's denoted by the month you were born. And then you have your productive cycle. That's from age 28 to 56. That's denoted by the month you were born. And then you have your harvest cycle, which is from 56 onward. And that's denoted by the year you were born. Okay. So for your dad, he was robbed of his harvest cycle. I always say that when this happens to people, we're robbed of our cycles, right? So he was robbed of his harvest cycle. So then when we look at that, so from age 1 to 28, he was in a 3 cycle, which is being creative, self-expressive, very ambitious energy. Okay, very ambitious. Wanting to be, probably a lot of people known him, they're very popular people. So that from up to 28, that was his life. All right. Then when we look at, I'm going to go straight into his pinnacle during that time. He was in a 1 pinnacle challenge with a 4. He was in a 1 pinnacle cycle with a 4 challenge. That tells me that your dad in that first part of his life was here to individualize himself. He was here to be independent. He was here to be creative, original, be a leader, be a pioneer, right? Those were the circumstances that he was met with in that first part of his life.
That's so fascinating you said that. Let me just chime in for a second, because he was one of 6 kids, 2 sisters, 1 of 4 boys, and very poor, Tampa, Florida. And there's a funny story that his father came home with some shirts, and my dad was all excited and was like, "Oh, that's mine." And he was like, "No, you got to share that with your brothers." My dad was like, "I don't want to share clothes with them." But they were poor, and he, they're brothers, right? And so my dad said, "Okay," and then he decided to start his own shoe shining business. in Tampa, Florida, and made enough money. So as soon as he got out of high school, he moved to New York City.
So you know what? That's very indicative of the life cycle of 3, the pinnacle cycle of 1, and the challenge cycle of 4, because in the 4 challenge cycle, you're challenged to work. You're challenged to create a foundation and build a structure for yourself. So that's all indicative of his first 28 to 29 years of life. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So let's move in now to his second pinnacle, which also now we're going to be converting to his productive cycle, which is the cycle of the 7, which we know is very auspicious for him because he's a life path 7. He's an individual frequency 7. Okay. So this second big productive cycle of 7 was really asking your dad to do some deep soul searching, to be spiritual, to, always look beneath the surface to get to the answer, gather the information, become an expert in whatever it is he's doing. Okay. He liked his peace and quiet. All right. And he liked his alone time. Okay.
Yes, he liked his red wine, his cognac, and his fish.
Okay. I can listen, a man after my own heart. Now, let's talk about when he turned from 30 to 39. That's when he was in his second pinnacle. So what I want to point out for this pinnacle, E, is that the pinnacle switched. It flipped from the first one. So in the first one, it was a 1 pinnacle 4 challenge. In his second pinnacle, it's a 4 pinnacle 1 challenge. So he was met with the conditions to work, to build a foundation, to have that structure. But this time he's challenged to individualize himself through those things. So from 30 to 39, he was challenged with really being an individual within this structure that he built, within this foundation that he built through this years. Okay.
Yeah. And 30 to 39, that was the period when he had his 2 children. Or, rumors to be other kids too, but I had his 3 children and rumors to be others more. But yeah. So yeah, myself, my half sister, and my sister. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So moving right along. So now we're going to move into, we're still in the productive stage because he doesn't leave that stage until he turns 56, right? So in your productive cycle, you dealing with 2 pinnacles in that cycle. You go through 2 pinnacles in that cycle.
Okay.
So we already talked about the first one. Now this third pinnacle that we're going to discuss is the pinnacle where he met his tragic end.
Yes.
Okay. So in that pinnacle, from age 40 to 49, he was in a 7 life cycle. He was in a 14-5 pinnacle and a 3 challenge. Both of those numbers deal with emotional and extremes, mental exhaustion. That 5 we talked about it earlier, deals with dangers from people, places, things, elements. It deals with risk and danger from the public. Okay. So in that pinnacle cycle is where he met his demise.
Yeah.
And what I want to note about that right now is it was his third pinnacle. Okay. He was 5 years into the third pinnacle when this happened. It's a 5-3 pinnacle challenge. Okay. He would have had 4 years left in that pinnacle. So now we're looking at a lot of energy that is somewhat opposing to him or significant to him in some way.
Okay.
Okay. Because the 3 is significant to him because it is his life. It's one of his life cycle numbers. Okay. The 5 is significant to him because it represents May. Okay. That's one of his significant periods.
Okay.
The period of that 5. Okay. Now, when we look at that date, now let's get to the date. 5/20/1977. First of all, the first thing that I noticed about that date is it has a 77 in it. And your father was an individual frequency 7 and a life path 7. So right there's auspicious and significant energy right there in that year. Let's double down on that. 1977 was a 6 universal year, the same year your father was born in.
Wow.
How significant is that? Okay. He's also a soul urge 6. This is very significant to him. Okay. Now, when we look further, that was an 11 universal month. What did we just say about that 11? Trials, tribulations, and treachery from others. Okay. Overwhelming energy. He might have been dealing with spiritual downloads because he was individual frequency 7. So in that, he might have foreseen this. I don't know.
Well, I did have a psychic say that he had said that he felt that something was coming or something.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I believe it. I believe that because of his energy, he definitely had the wherewithal to feel it. Okay. So now let's move on. The day in question was a 13-4 universal day. That 13 is the death card.
Really?
That 4 is a straight opposition number to him. So this happened to him on a date of opposition to him, on an energy day that that death card of power and destruction can wreak havoc upon itself. Okay. So this energy is very auspicious, very significant to your father. Also, I will let you know that the moon was in Gemini that day. It was a waxing crescent. Okay.
Wait. And you just gave me chills because I forgot that. I did look at the transits of that day, but I forgot that. But the moon in Gemini, that's my 8th house. And in the 8th house in transit, you could see the end of your father's life. And Gemini describes it because he was shot outside of his car in his local community after work.
And it also describes it because of the pinnacle he was in, danger from the public, that auspicious 11-month trials and treachery and tribulations, that 13, that 4. It's just a lot. It's a lot, E. And I really, it's a lot. So the last thing that I want to talk about right now for this that I noticed and that I jotted down was he died at the age of 45. He passed at the age of 45. So the age of 45 in numerology, we call that your spiritual rebirth. So from that age on, you get like a second or a sub life path almost. So it's like almost what your other mission in life is. So auspiciously enough, and we call that the maturity number. Okay. And the way you get that is you add the life path to your expression. Okay. Auspiciously enough, that adds to a 7 for your father. So here we go with another 7, E.
Wow.
And so this happened. And then when you add the 4 and the 5 together, that's a 9. That's the number of his expression. Okay. And also the universal month that he was born in.
So can I give you some chills for a second? Because you're
I already have them, but please, yes.
This common number of the 7, but the 5 and the 4. Now, supposedly, 574 was a number that he had hit on.
Yeah.
And that they did not want to give him the money.
And that's very auspicious.
5,
very
7.
auspicious. So I have one more thing to add to this, because what I didn't say, I'm sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
So the day that we're talking about, I also did his personal energy that day. Guess, oh God, I'm so sorry, E.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. He was having a 7 personal day. I'm sorry, a 7 personal year. So he was in a 6-7 up cycle. That's 2 way out energies. Like your dad shouldn't even have been outside that day, like dealing with these people. Like,
and
but
he was
it's okay.
supposed to meet my mother for dinner. They were going to meet at a restaurant. It was a Friday, and they were supposed to meet for dinner, and he never made it.
And that makes sense because let me get through it. So it's a 7 personal year. He was having a 3 personal month and a 5 personal day. Now remember that pinnacle cycle, that third pinnacle cycle, the 5-3, there goes that 5 and 3 again.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was his personal energy that he was in. So I see through here, I see a lot of significant and resonant energy surrounding this for him. And it's very unfortunate. And in my condolences and all, it's very unfortunate. But those are all of the things that I kind of uncovered here. So
I mean, it explains so much. And I've looked at the chart in transit, and there was a lot of stuff that pointed to death, and it's just really wild. But wow, yeah. So, okay, as we transition, and thank you for you guys, and hopefully this was interesting to you. You learned a little bit more about me and my dad, but just the breakdown of the genius and brilliance of Queen Bee, because the way that you kind of go through that, it's almost like you can visualize the person and that experience and that energy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And he was definitely the big humanitarian. I remember in his wallet, he owned a candy store and a laundromat. And so in his wallet, he had the picture of all the kids that would come in the candy store. They would give him, their school picture and stuff. And he was just a big kid, and he loved, yeah. I remember Sundays I would go to Chinatown with him and help him pick out comic books and toys for the candy store. And just powerful giant of a man. He was friends with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, knew Muhammad Ali, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell. Back in the days, people may not know this, but me and Queen Bee talk a lot about sports. But for Indigenous American, Indian, Black people, a lot of Black people were Celtic fans, because the Celtics, people don't know this, but the Celtics were the first to have like a lot of Black players and a Black head coach in Bill Russell. And one of the players was in the military with my father's brother, one of my uncles. So they were very connected to like JoJo White and Sam Jones and Bill Russell and the Boston Celtics. So it's just, really fascinating and stuff. But yeah, that's powerful. So, okay, we're going to get to the chat. But as we lead into the chat, and this will help people with understanding the rest of this April energy, tell us about the day of the Aries New Moon, April 17th. Energetically,
Yes.
what does that represent?
So there's a lot going on with that new moon, because as we get that new moon, we also get that stellium in the Aries sign. That day, that day is going to be a Master Builder number 22 Universal Day. Okay. So that's letting me know there that we very much need to be specific about what we want. Everything that we said in the first half of this show.
Yeah.
Focus on you. Be specific about what you want. Look at those things and be intentional. And then on that day, you get that new moon, right?
Yeah.
And then you get
new
that Master Builder.
Set those new intentions. Yeah.
Right. Set those new intentions with the Master Vision to mass build something that can outlast you, that can stand the test of time, that can help the collective. So that's the energy for that day. And that energy for that day is going to be prevalent for Aquariuses or Leos, or those that are born on the dates that add up to the 1 or the 4, which are the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, the 28th, or the 31st of any month.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that new moon, you guys, is at 27 degrees.
Yep.
9. So
that's that powerful. 9. So that's very much universal energy, brotherhood, universal love. Again, everything leads back to the collective. This is our time, guys, as the collective, with all these outer planets transitioning. This is the time for us to really take back what we deem are our rights. Yeah. Okay. This is the time to do it. There's no better time to do it. So if it's a
very big energy for sovereignty, power to the people, freedom, liberation. And we're still right now, we're kind of, entering Aries, April. I keep saying Aries season. We're already in Aries season, but entering April with this Saturn Pluto sextile, Pluto Aquarius, Saturn Aries, they're both at 5 degrees. So that's really fascinating. So let's get to these people in the chat. You can reel them off, you guys. Hopefully you put in your birthdays, and if you have any questions, but share with Queen Bee and let her do her magic.
Okay, let me look at this chat, because we had quite a few people here. And I just want to shout them out, and then I'll get to the birthdays. So we know we said Cephas is here. We have Miss Cutie Paws here. Yeah. She said she always wanted to learn more about numerology, but it confuses you a bit. Miss Cutie Paws,
go reach follow out me to this woman.
Yeah, go follow me. Go subscribe at numeralytics.net and go check out the website, Wait, I said that wrong.
Yeah.
Go check out the website, Numerology.net, and go follow, subscribe to me on my YouTube at Numerology.
Yes.
And then you're going to learn more. And
She's
also,
a great follow, you guys, on IG, TikTok, and YouTube. But yeah,
I'm on everything.
She brings the thunder.
And what I actually just did, because I have a cosmic calendar on the site that people can sign up for. It's a $5 subscription per month, but you get way more than that in value back.
Oh, I know.
And it's unlimited times that you can go on here and put your information in. And if you're a part of that group, I do run specials where we just did our first one in March, on March 22nd. We had like a small class. I call it a session, and people came and we just explained things away for them. Okay.
Oh, cool.
So if you're part of the subscription, you kind of get that, and we do a little thing with that. But you can also attend that class without being a part of the subscription. It just will cost you a certain amount. So you can always reach out to me if you just want to join the class, but just to let you guys know that that is what we have going on. So let me just give a few more people. We have Gail here. Peace and love to you, Queen.
Hey, Gail.
We got Mawu Lisa 4610. That's and Nick Westbrook's in the house. Unread
Nick
book
Westbrook's
review.
In the house, and Mawu is Lisa. Okay, they were new.
Book read review every other Saturday at 2:30 p.m. at Mr. Westbrook's YouTube, and Mawu
Nick
Lisa
is the man.
That's right. They get down. And then we got Quintella, Peace Queen.
Hey, Quintella.
Quintella said, "Grand day, Taylor family. Knowledge is love, peace, unconditional light, and love, beautiful spirits." Great. We got people saying that they're in a 4 personal year, so I'm feeling it. Yep. If you're in a 4 personal year, you're definitely feeling that restriction. You're feeling that you do need to be working. Do not cut corners in your 4 personal year.
Okay.
Always pay yourself first, and don't take out any loans if you can help it. I mean, if you need to, get with me and I'll find you energy throughout the year where you can do it. Okay. But try not to do it.
Now explain, why do you say that? What is it about the 4 that's not good to take out a loan?
Because the 4 is restrictive energy.
Okay.
And with the 4, there might be things that you're doing, you're taking out a loan. There could be some unexpected language there. There could be some unexpected thing that arises.
Things you can't predict. Yes.
Yeah, something arises now. You didn't took that loan out, but then something unexpected didn't happen, and now you really need the money for something.
And then it's like some Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loan and the bubble and all that foolishness.
Yep. So you're just always supposed to pay yourself first and pay attention. That's the best thing that you can do in a 4 cycle, is pay attention and be aware of your surroundings. Okay. All right. And be very efficient and use integrity, and don't cut corners. That's it.
Yes.
Don't cut corners. Let's see.
Wait, Queen Bee. Integrity should be in every cycle, right?
Yes. Integrity should be in everything you do, but integrity is very important for anybody that's a 4 or an 8, or if they're in a 4 or an 8 cycle. Okay. If you're not dealing with integrity there, Saturn's going to come get you.
That's right.
Because let's not forget that 4 energy is connected to Saturn also, not just Uranus.
Yes.
Okay. So if you don't use
integrity.
I
was just talking about that last night. Yeah.
And be disciplined, that 4 is going to come get you. That Saturn's going to come get you. I'm sorry. It's time to community build. Yes, it is. That's the tranquil moon. I know that, Queen. Peace and love to you, Queen. And then I do not like AI in the creative industry, but AI won't stop me from making art. So let me just talk about AI. Can't stop anything that a human does.
No.
Okay. First of all, AI learns from humans, so it learns from.
We're the original intelligence. We're the original AI. That stuff is.
Yeah, we're the ancient intelligence. We're the real AI. We're the ancient. We have ancient intelligence. So listen, like everything else, like money and everything else, AI is just a tool. You're either going to use it or get used by it.
Exactly, and there's a big difference.
Yes, big difference. Peace to you, Queen. I'm looking forward to creating my harmony against my family members that I don't deserve, that don't deserve my attention. Yeah, you do that. Especially in the first week of April. It's a 6 universal week. And look on that first day, April 1st, that 6 universal day, that full moon in Aries, that full moon in Libra. Yeah. All of that's asking you to look at all that stuff and balance it out.
That's right.
Happiness on this Tuesday evening, Eric, Queen B, and everyone that's from our girl, Queen Teresa. Love
Hey,
you, Queen.
Teresa.
Love you too.
Yeah, she's
Um,
the best.
so let's get to some birthdays. Oh, Lloyd's around. Hey,
Hey,
numbers and
Lloyd.
you, Lloyd's master.
I listen. I always feel honored when Lloyd is watching my show. That's when I know I'm doing all right.
That's when you know you made it.
Listen, it all comes back to
Okay.
Lloyd.
So yeah, and someone's announcing that Lloyd Strayhorn's in the chat. We
All
do love
right.
that. We do love that. We
Yes.
love that very much. Colleen says she's joining. I think that means we're getting another tribe member. So make sure you reach out to Big E to join the
Yeah,
tribe.
listen, you want to come to the tribe? I'm telling you, these meetings. I mean, Queen will tell you she not only does she present in the meetings, but sometimes she's a participant and enjoys them too. We yeah, Teresa, Quintella, Cephas, a lot of people here. It's just amazing, you guys. So please come and join www.community.bigeastrology.com. And hopefully one day I got to reach out to Lloyd, see if I can get Lloyd to come and present to the community.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yes, I got to reach out to him.
Yeah, I would love that. So
Yep.
Cephas put some type of equation in here. It looks like he's putting the equation in there to get the I don't know. It looks like he's trying to get the universal energy, but I'm not sure. So he can let me know if he needs anything there.
Okay.
And everyone's just talking about how great the tribe is. Yes, we all agree.
Yep. Thank you.
Somebody said I have a major headache that started around 3 or 4 p.m. and I barely ate anything. I only have them when something bad or evil is looming. Anyone else feel this way?
Well,
Yeah.
right now, I just want to say headaches can be very prevalent at this time because Saturn is in Aries and it's in its planetary fall there. It's exalted in Libra, home in Capricorn and Aquarius, and Aries rules the head. So there can be headaches, migraine headaches, eye pain, pain around like the or even around the third eye, the top of the crown chakra. One thing that's really good is the massage of the back of the neck, massaging the temples, sometimes even lavender on the pillow. But just remember, when we have Saturn in Aries, it heats it up, and we have arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. So sometimes we need to have some cooling foods like the cucumbers and blueberries. Definitely tap into more fruits, and like Queen said, really proper hydration. Okay, Saturn Aries is not, it's not for joke.
I love that. It's not for joke.
It's not for joke. All right, so let's get to put your birthdays in. So let's
Yeah.
let do her
I just
numerology.
found a couple of birthdays, so I'll go ahead and put her in. So Cutie Paws put her birthday in.
Okay.
She is born on August 8th, 1995.
All right.
Okay, so that's the Lion's Gate, that August 8th. That's a Lion's Gate portal that you were born in.
Powerful.
You're very
She's got a
powerful.
powerful energy and chart. Yep.
You have a very powerful energy. So you're a Leo 8. So you're a fire sign with an earth number. That is a level 2 elemental combination. That's that stable, passionate, disciplined energy, just like Big E. He has that same combination. So you guys are very good when you find a niche that you want to do. You guys are good at building that up. With that 8, you're very focused and pragmatic. And you can handle power and resources well. So what we want to do tonight, Big E, again, like we said, in honor of Aries season, we're looking at the I am numerology aspect, which
Yes.
speaks to your individual frequency and your life path. So when we put that in for Miss Cutie Paws, let me make sure I got that right. That's Miss Cutie Paws. Yep. So when we put that in for you, Miss Cutie Paws, your individual frequency is an 8, you're a life path 4. Okay. So your signature is your individual frequency gives you the ability to have power and to have an executive level mindset. And your life path is asking you to create structure, order, and work. Okay.
She's got to be disciplined. That discipline and hard work, that's her calling card, right?
That's her calling card. With these two numbers, she's got, those are both Saturnian energies. Then you got that Uranus popping in with that 4, bringing on the unexpected. For you, ma'am, I would tell you always need to check your prescriptions. You always need to get a second opinion with.
Yeah, with the health and the medical, yeah. Did we lose you, Queen? So she may be a little frozen. See if she comes back. But yeah, you guys have to remember with this energy of Aries season, or should I say April, right? The fourth month, there's a lot of change coming in because we have the final outer planet moving into a new sign, which is literally Uranus and Gemini on April 25th. And I'll be teaching that on April 18th, 12 noon Eastern, 2 hours, $22 at Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric. You can book that on the website, BigEAstro.com, or Eric at BigEAstro.com. Queen, are you back? All right, let's see. She may need to refresh. And hopefully we can get her to pop back in. Queen. So all right, she's going to come right back, you guys, and I will let her in. But so just remember that, as we talk about these powerful dates, there's a lot of different lineups, and here she is, and she is really breaking down this energy for us so that we can, really tap in.
Okay, I'm back.
There we go. We missed
There
you.
I go. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, Big E. I'm so sorry about that.
That's all right. You just froze up. We lost you, but you're back.
Yeah, I lost connection. It said I was always kicked out of there.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Miss Cutie Paw. So her IM aspect is it's a bit conflicting because the 4 and the 8, although they share the Saturnian energy, they are a bit in conflict because they have a very fatalistic and auspicious energy with each other.
Okay.
So what your guidance for you with this energy is, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're staying balanced, you're staying fair, and you're using integrity in all the decisions that you make. You don't cut corners like you feel despondent or whatever. Just step away from the crowd and recalibrate yourself. There's going to be times where you probably already feel like you need to step away from people in certain situations. So this is what the energy calls for. So your score is about a negative 60 with this. So your elemental pattern here is that it's transformational and it's dynamic and it requires balance. So you definitely need to balance things out with that IM aspect.
Love it.
Okay. And the IM aspects,
balance, integrity, and
it
discipline.
answers the question. So let me tell you what this answers. It answers the question: does my individuality align with what I must do? That's the I and the M. Does my individuality align with what I must do?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Who's
So
next?
let's get on. Yep, let's get on to somebody next. And I'm sorry, I had to pull the chat back up.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get the next birthday, E.
Okay.
All right. Cutie Paws was that? Okay, there we go. Let me see. All right, so let's do Cephas. He
Okay.
put his birthday in, so let's get his IM aspect for him. His birthday is 11/3/1986. He's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
He's a Scorpio 3. Okay. So
What
that is
was
a
that? Water sign, fire number.
sign with a fire number. So he's got that level 3 elemental balance. All right. So he definitely is very transformative and adaptive. Let me put what was his year? 1986.
86.
Oh, making me feel old.
All
right, Cephas. So for you, Cephas, your IM aspect is your individual frequency is a 3, your life path is a 2. So these are conflicting. It requires balance. It's transformational and dynamic. Like I said, it's level 3. So it does require balance, because for your life path, it's asking you to be cooperative and diplomatic. Your individual frequency kind of can be a little selfish sometimes. The 3s, they're expressive, they're creators, they're very ambitious. So you have to learn to balance that energy. You have to learn to balance that self-expression and creativity with working with others and letting others be heard. Okay. Your challenges for your life path is that you can be overgiving, you can be indecisive or oversensitive.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
So, and then with
Should he
your,
do a lot of journaling though with those numbers?
yes, he
Writing
should.
or journaling? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, he should. Everyone should do journaling, and you should go get my journals on Amazon.
Yes. See?
I've fire sign, air sign, water sign, earth sign. So they're balancing elemental energy, and they will help you balance this elemental energy.
And
You
tell them
understand?
what they type in on Amazon.
You just type in Melinda Valentine,
Yeah.
and my journals are going to pop up. You'll see them. I'm the only
Okay.
Melinda Valentine over on there. And make sure you spell Melinda with an M-A, not an M-E,
Oh,
because
MA.
vibrations matter in the name.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Mm,
C, for you, your challenge with your life path is that you can scatter your energy, you can over exaggerate or have emotional extremes. So, that guidance is that you need to finish what you start and don't show off. Okay. And then you need to set your boundaries and honor your own needs. All right. Okay. Very good. Good. We good.
yeah, I love that.
Let's move on to searching owl.
Hey, Searching Owl. Searching Owl, you said you're looking for a community. You got to come to our tribe and you get to meet Queen Bee Friday night. Okay. www.community.bigeastrology.com, and you would love the tribe, Searching Owl. Okay.
So Searching Owl's birthday is December 16th, 1964. So this is a Sagittarius 7. So again, this is another fire sign with a water number. That must be the theme because I am a fire sign with a water number. So of course I'm
Yes, so was
attracting
my
that energy.
dad. Yep.
Of course I'm attracting that energy today.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
of course. So your IM aspect is also conflicting. It also requires balance. You can
Mm,
be very transformational and dynamic if you achieve that balance. So for you, your challenge with your individual frequency is that you are very doubtful. You can be negative, and withdrawn and deceitful. And for your life path, which is a 3, you can scatter energy, exaggerate, or have emotional extremes, just like C. Again, you need to trust your intuition and make sure you're sharing wisely all the knowledge that you've gained. And you need to make sure that you can finish what you start and never show off. Not a good look.
And she could probably get a lot of intuitive downloads when she's going for walks. That's Sagittarius, right? They like to walk and talk. You see Sagittarius on their cell phones, they're never still. They're talking and walking and moving. But that's where she could get a lot of those downloads and hits too.
Well, she can get them if she stops talking now.
Oh,
Because, and that's the auspicious thing about her. Her 7 allows her to do that, right?
okay.
So she's got that 7, and the 7, the 7 will say, "Hey, I need my quiet time," but that Sagittarius energy can interfere with that because they do love Sagittarius love to talk, and they're very expressive in that
Sag are
way.
very social.
Very social people, very social. So let's move along. Let me see who this is. This is Coach Kendra.
Hey,
Um,
Kendra.
her birthday is January 20th. Now she could either be a Capricorn or an Aquarius. I would say she's an Aquarius.
No, she's the cat, remember?
She's the cat.
That's
See?
Kendra from the tribe. Yeah, that's
I
Quintella's
can't
sister.
remember. I'm sorry because
Oh,
I got
that's
too many
okay. Yeah, she's
things in my
actually a
head.
cat. 29 degrees cat.
So, see, it depends on when you were born. So that's why it's
Right.
important to have your birth time and all that, so you can definitely know which sign you are when you're on that cusp energy.
Yeah.
But for this person, again, so they're a Capricorn too. So they're the earth sign with a water number. Okay.
Mm,
And again, this is going to be the same exact aspect as the last person. An individual frequency of a 2, because that 2 and 7 are similar, and
okay.
that life path is a 3. So I think that matched Cephas's energy, but in reverse.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Um,
he was 3
yeah,
too.
it
She was
matches
3.
Cephas energy in reverse. So you got a lot going for you with your life path. It's calling for you to be an expressive, creative person. You got Jupiter on your side there, so you want to be creative and optimistic and charismatic. But you do need to watch scattering your energy and over exaggerating.
Mm.
Sometimes 3s like to tell these grand stories, right? So they'll
Yeah, like
over
the
exaggerate
Sagittarius.
the
They're very
story.
jovial
Yeah,
and expansive and exaggerate. Yeah.
yeah, they'll expand it and they'll add a thing in here that didn't really happen just to make the crowd laugh.
And then the tire blew off the car. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, very
People are like,
dramatical, right?
yeah, yeah. People are like, what?
Um,
That's not what happened.
right, right. Like, and bless their heart. Bless their heart. I have a person at my job who's an individual frequency 3. And these people, they really are the lights of our life. You guys, these 3s
Yes.
really light up a room and they can tell a story and they're very,
Oh,
artistic and
amazing.
expressive.
Yep.
and they're very positive. So they are the lights of our life, and they bring joy and warmth. But I tell you, he comes in with these stories, and sometimes we be looking at him like, "No,
Get out of here."
like, nah, I know all that did not happen. All that did not happen.
All
I know
right,
you were
Kendra,
playing.
watch them stories, girl.
Gotta watch them stories with those. Okay. So again, it's conflicting. So yeah, we're getting a lot of this energy. And so let's now look at Carl Gratitude Spirit.
Oh, they're new. Welcome to the channel. Please like
Welcome
and
to the channel.
subscribe. Hey, Carl.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you go over to Numeralytics YouTube to subscribe,
Yeah,
and make
go
sure you
follow Numerologics, you guys.
and hit up Big E to get that information so you can join a tribe. Okay.
Yes.
You guys
Come
looking
join
for
the
a
tribe.
community, for a tribe of people, you can join there. Okay. So where are we at? This person is a Gemini. No, they're not a Gemini yet. This person is still
Were they
a
May
Taurus.
19th or 18th?
Yeah, May 18th.
Oh, that's Taurus. That's towards
That's
the end of
Taurus.
Taurus.
They're a Taurus. Yeah, they're a Taurus 9. So they are an earth sign with a fire number.
Mm,
Again, that's just like Big E. That's a level 2. That's very very, very passionate, disciplined energy, but you do have to focus it correctly. You do have to focus it correctly. So your life path is an 8 and your individual frequency is a 9. Those energies are a bit conflicting. But together they can bring passionate discipline. So
mm,
again, you can transmute these energies. So usually I call these people adaptive builders, where you can really use that fire energy to ground your ideas into the earth and make them tangible, right? Manifest them.
yeah.
Um, and
And they are
so
definitely builders because they are and this people can learn in my astrology course, which begins on
mhm.
Sunday, April 12th for 10 weeks. They are the Taurus Capricorn Deacon,
Mm,
May 18th. So
yep.
they are builders. Yeah.
Yep, very much so. Very much so. So for you, your challenge with your life path is overworking yourself, being a little hard on yourself and others, a little too serious, and could be greed, Don't money isn't everything, Money is a tool, so you don't want to be used by it. You want to use it and you want to handle it with integrity. And then for your individual frequency, your challenge is that you have a savior complex. That 9 wants to save everyone. It's universal love. It wants to help everyone. It's a bit
Yeah.
impatient. So you need to remember to align your power with principle, and that you need to be a service to humanity and release things. Don't hold on to things, and
Mm,
don't hold on to things.
let go
When
and
it's
let
time to
God.
release,
Yeah.
release. Yep.
Okay. I
Okay.
love that. Thank
Somebody
you.
said, "What's the big 3?" Big E, you want to answer that for them?
The big 3. Yeah. You guys, if you're new to the channel, you can share your sun, moon, and rising. And if I don't get you on this episode, I'll be back Thursday around 7 p.m. Eastern. And you could come and share your big 3, sun, moon, and rising sign. I always do for new people to my channel, a little free breakdown for them. So that's the big
Okay, very good. And then let me answer that for numerology. The big 3
yeah.
in numerology is your big 3 life cycle. So
Mm,
it's your developmental cycle from age 1 to 28. It's your productive cycle from age 28 to 56, and it's your harvest cycle from age 56 on, and it's represented by your date of birth. Okay, so that's what
okay.
it
So
is in
next
numerology.
year or September, I'll turn 56 and I'm going to start harvesting all this hard work.
Yeah, Big E, you need to get a you need to get a reading for that. Um, I probably have your stuff somewhere around, so I'll look at to see, where you're headed to and what's going on
Yeah.
with you.
I
Um,
feel the shift coming.
but definitely, yeah, definitely, yes. That's the energy. So who were we just talking about? Let me see. I lost the birthday. Oh, this May 30th, 1973, and this is Miss or Mr. Colleen. Don't know if it's a
Colleen,
man or a
okay.
woman.
I think they're new. Welcome. May 30th, 1973.
Yeah. So
That's
this
that
is a
Gemini.
Gemini. Yep, this is a Gemini 3. So this is an air sign with a fire number. This is a level 1. You are a harmonizer. This is good for favorable combustion. So you can make things happen. You can think of the ideas and get the ideas, and then you got that fire and that passion and that proactive to go do the idea.
A
So
lot of
that's
creative
called
energy.
a lot of creative energy. So that's between your birthday. But then when we look at your IM aspect, you are individual frequency 3. You're a life path number 1. Finally, we get a complementary aspect. This is a very favorable aspect. It's very complementary, very ambitious energy. This is an amplified archetype, level 4 elemental energy. We call this intensified, direct fire, purposeful drive. Okay. So for your individual frequency, you're an expressive creator, right? But your life path is saying, hey, I'm an original trailblazer. And the thing that these two have in common is their ambition, right? Their rise to the top. So I bet that you are very ambitious. I bet that you rise to the top of everything that you've done in your career, your personal life, and all of that, because you don't like to be number 2. You know, you got the sun on your side and you got Jupiter on your side here. So that's a lot of, also you have a lot of masculine energy in that chart, Miss Ma'am.
There is no second place with you, right? Ricky Bobby, first place or nothing. I love it. And they're the Gemini Deacon, right? May 30th. So that's powerful.
Yeah. So probably very expressive. You probably very good with words, and you probably, you know, can get anything you want. You probably really have the gift of gab there. Okay.
All right.
So now let's look on to the next person. Amina Herbay.
Welcome, Amina. Please make sure you guys are hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. And, you know, you could also share your big 3, you new people. But go ahead. That's
Yep. So Amina's birthday is October 24th, 1984. So I would call her a Libra. She is a Libra 6. So that is.
Oh, wait. October 24th?
Mm-hmm.
No, now she's a Scorpio.
No, Scorpio. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Yep. I'm looking at the cup. Yeah, she's Scorpio. She went into Scorpio. So she's a water sign with an earth number.
Yes.
Okay. So as far as your water sign with an earth number, that's also a favorable, it's a level 1. It's a harmonizer. We call that favorable growth. So you are the type of person that can plant the seeds and nourish it and grow the idea. Okay.
She's powerful.
Very powerful.
She's super magnetic. Her sun is conjunct Pluto. So dad, like with Michael Jackson, dad could be your inspiration to put you out there, but also could be the cause of your pain, trauma, and crises. But that's magnetic energy. You are a super empath, my friend.
And not only because of that, she's also a super empath because her individual frequency is a 6.
Yeah.
Her life path is an 11. So she's a master visionary for a life path.
Wow.
So, ma'am, you have a very harmonic aspect here for your IM aspect. You're a harmonizer. You have stable nourishment for favorable growth. Your challenges are that you can be overwhelmed and anxious and nervous. So you need to ground that energy. You have the ability to ground that energy through your number 6 individual frequency. That's an earth number.
He needs to spend time in nature, right?
Yes, you got to spend time in nature. So your guidance is to ground the light into practice. So that means go for a nature walk. Okay. Yeah. And then with that individual frequency 6, you're very responsible and devoted, but you don't want to be a martyr. And don't be too over stubborn. And don't expect perfection out of others. You can't. No one's perfect, not even you. So don't expect perfection. And that's it for you. But you are a master visionary and you're a very powerful person.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. You need to reach out too. Reach out for a birth chart and connect with Queen B, because you got some real energy there.
You have immense energy. And just to thank you guys, I'm only doing one aspect here.
Yeah, there's the story.
I'm only doing the IM aspect. Yep. This is just one aspect of your whole chart. So,
and you guys, when you book with Queen B, you get all of it. I mean, she goes into such detail. You saw how she broke down my father. So definitely go to numeralytics.net and book a personal reading with her. It will be transformative and life-changing for the better.
Yep. Thank you, E.
Yeah. I'm always speaking the truth.
You always do. So the next birthday we have is 10/16/1971, and this is for Mr. or Mrs. Ked Star number 17.
Oh, Ked Star, they're new to the channel. Welcome. Please subscribe, hit the like button on all that stuff. Ked, okay, so what's their birthday? When is it? February, you said?
October 16th, 1971. Oh. So this person is a Libra. They're a Libra 7.
Yes.
All right. So you are an air sign with a water number.
And a Libra Gemini Deacon.
and a Libra Gemini Deacon. So this is a level 3 elemental energy.
The
These are
very
good.
social Libra.
Yeah, these are people who are good at like being like a teacher or
Social worker,
social worker. Yeah. Yep, a counselor.
But you know, she could also be a brilliant relationship
Business owner.
coach, businesswoman, relationship coach, event
Yep.
planner. Because what happens that people underestimate with Libra, they are the best listeners. And right, you'll know this: Libra is the wealthiest sign in the zodiac, wealthiest sun sign. And with that Gemini Deacon, she can network and communicate with, like, she'll go to a party and she knows everybody in the room. She done met everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we look at your IM aspect, yours is neutral, but it does have indications that it's favorable for growth and stable nourishment. So your life path is an 8, just like someone else's was an 8, and your individual frequency is a 7. So these are neutral energies. You are the analytical seeker, and your life path is to be the power executive. Okay, so you got that earth and water energy. All right, you have Septune. Septune. That I just named that. I just renamed Saturn and Neptune. I just renamed the new planet, Saturn and Neptune.
Like that.
Septune. So you have Saturn and Neptune as your key core planets for your individual frequency in your life path. So this whole transition with Saturn and Neptune going in Aries is very auspicious for you. So this is very important energy for you this year to really, do the things you want to do. Your challenges are your doubtful. You can be deceitful if you're not positive, and you can be withdrawn and isolated. And you can also overwork yourself and be over concerned with resources. So you just need to trust your intuition and align your power with principle, and you'll be A-okay.
Yeah. And just remember with this Libra full moon for you too, like we said, check in with that balance in your life, seeking that inner harmony and peace, and increasing your self-love. Anything that's out of whack and out of balance, it's okay to say goodbye. I think I gotta let it go. Just another love TKO, right?
Listen, and take it from 2 life path 9s. We know about letting go.
Yes.
Okay. Take it from us. Our whole life, we have dealt with tragic endings, people leaving, cycles ending, things ending, losing jobs, losing businesses, losing money, losing this, losing that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot when you have this energy of a 9. It's a lot. Listen, we ain't the highest single digit on earth for nothing. Okay,
that's right. We're here to blaze a trail.
Listen, and somebody's going to have to respect this now. Put some respect on our name.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Oh Lord.
Okay, let's move on because I'm going too far. So we have Golden Sun Kiss 5099. Their birthday is 11/16/1978. She said her sun is in Scorpio. Her moon is in the 8th house, ascendant in Libra. So she wanted you to know that, Big E. You want to say anything about that before?
Scorpio sun, Libra rising, and that moon in 8th house in Taurus. Okay. Powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now when we get right into your aspect, Miss Ma'am, you are a double 7. So your individual frequency is a 7, your life path is 7. So you're just like Eric's dad. You're very intelligent, very smart, very well studied, well read. You probably know a lot about a lot of things. You could be an expert in the main thing that you know the best. This elemental aspect of this numerology aspect for you is a harmonic aspect, because they're the same number. So this means that you have soulful compassion, but don't let that turn into intensified static emotional energy. Okay, so that's your challenge. All right, stay soulful and compassionate, and don't get static in your emotions with that double water energy in your core numbers. You got double Neptune, so things could be getting pulled over your eyes. Or if you're the type of 7 that I think you are, you don't let nothing get over your eyes because you're always digging deeper to find out what's going on.
He's one step ahead, yeah. And trust me, with her Virgo in the 12th house and the South Node being right now, she's very tapped into the spiritual realm. But when she's like in the bedroom in isolation, because those 7s, she needs that time alone and isolation. Yes. But when she's there, she's like working. She's figuring things out. She's problem solving. She's watching YouTube and different videos, but she's learning. And so that's her hidden talent, is to be of service to humanity. She's really like, she could be great in analytics and all stuff. And that Taurus moon in the 8th house, I just want to tell her, you want to connect with the herbs and the crystals, tap into the sea moss, connect in with like my wife's company, Sabale Pure, right? www.sabalipure.com. Because
I love that name.
thank you. You need organic, and vegan skincare, but you need healthy products, very pure. Scorpio sun, pure. Taurus moon, pure in 8th house. Crystals, you need to chill with them a lot. And this Libra full moon's on your ascendant. So it's really about the self-love, the self-worth. Remember, you don't need to rely on others. You are more than enough, and you could do it on your own.
That's right.
But then you join the tribe healed and healthy, and the community and the spouse or whatever. Okay. You got this.
That's right. You do got this. And I agree with everything Big E said. And, we're all enough. All of us are born with these gifts. These are gifts, guys.
Yes.
And once you start tapping in and tuning into yourself, then you start seeing really how special this is. Okay.
Oh, all of them, every single person. And that's the
everyone.
thing, Melinda, that I think is so unfortunate and so sad. Part of this matrix and this system that we need to unplug and reprogram from, right? Detach from the subconscious programming and the cognitive dissonance, because they have us thinking that we are in an energy and spirit of lack. No, we are superheroes. We are giants. And you're going to see, as these energies and these vibrations continue on this year, and especially after April 25th, you may start receiving different spiritual downloads and gifts that you never even thought of before. So please do not doubt yourself. And as I say to everyone, my greatest hope for you right now, tonight, is to retire from negative self-talk.
Negative self-talk.
You are amazing. Yeah.
You are amazing. And so are you, Big E. I really love that. And I love you for saying that.
Thank you.
So let's move on. We have the Eden Garden of Peace, everyone. Their birth date is January 14th, 1972. So we got a Capricorn in the house. This is a Capricorn number 5 person. So this is an earth sign with an air number. This is a level 3 elemental energy together with that earth and air number. And
they're really smart, huh? That's
very smart teachers, artistic, artistic like gurus, just very smart people who are just very aware, very self-aware.
And when you have that earth, like in Capricorn with the air number, they can really, through their words, manifest things into reality, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they can take those ideas that they have, and they can really use that earth energy to manifest them, especially with that Capricorn energy, to really work hard, and always be working toward that goal to manifest it. But that energy can get stuck though. So that is one of the level 3s. So again, you have to balance that energy. It's dynamic energy, and it does need to be unlocked. Okay. And that's only if you're stuck and you're negative, then you come get with one of us and we can help you through that. But as far as your numerology aspect, your IM aspect, your individual frequency is a 5, like we already know. Your life path is a 7. Okay. So this aspect is neutral. Okay. This is an adaptive builder. All right. So this is very intuitive intellect. I call this the intuitive intellect elemental, combination. And this energy is transmutable. So like E said, you can get these ideas and all of that. But with the 7 having that water number, you can get stuck in your feelings. You can get stuck in your head or get stuck in your feelings with this air and water. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. Your challenge is being restless and having overindulgences with that number 5. But your strengths are that you're very curious and adaptable, and you're very magnetic.
And you're that Capricorn 5, they could be a little naughty.
Yeah, because that 5 is the number of sexual attraction.
I know, and the Capricorn could get into some dark stuff, little bondage going on, little S&M. Okay, all right now.
Yeah, you got to cover that E on your. Are you still doing your sex
and astrology? Yeah, I've created the service and I'm doing the series. Yeah, it's really fascinating. Yep, people could purchase that on the website. Yeah, and you know what's so great, because I break down the 5th, the 8th, and the 12th house. Venus, Mars, Moon, Black Moon, Lilith, and Pluto. It's a powerful reading. I've had a couple of people already take advantage of it. It gives you a lot of insight. And listen, we're all adults here, and I always say I do it in a classy way, but we are sexual beings. And so to learn your desires, but also who you connect with energetically, it's a very powerful and informative reading, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, we're all human beings, so we all got here by sex. Okay.
Listen, right? I know.
Unless people aren't telling us something, and you're the next coming, your second coming. We all got here by sex. Okay.
Yep.
So Colleen said, "Wow, I think that means she liked her reading. She was the one that was born on May 30th. She wants you to know Big E, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Taurus, and North Node Capricorn. She wants you to know that part.
Okay, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Taurus. I wonder what her rising is, but the North Node in Capricorn. Okay, so yeah, then you definitely need to reach out to me, because when you connect with Capricorn, Sun, Moon risings, she's the rising, I'm the moon, so you should definitely reach out and book readings with both of us. But that Gemini energy, you're about to go through a 7-year cycle that is going to align you really authentically with your soul's purpose when Gemini, Uranus enters Gemini on April 25th. So please reach out.
Yeah, you definitely need to reach out to E for that, or any one of us, to get a closer reading on that Gemini going into Uranus. And even with that Moon in Taurus, with that 29th degree, that's also going to be very important for you.
Yeah,
This whole
April 6th.
month, you need to get with Big E this month to get a reading, because that transition that you're going through this month is huge for you. So there's a lot of implications for you there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Peace, Queen D. I'm Queen B. She's Queen D.
All right. Hey, Queen D.
Hey, Queen D. She said, "Kings and queens, salute all." So, yep, kings and queens up to the nation.
All right. I love it. Up, up, up.
Okay. So we have some people answering questions in the chat. I won't read that.
Okay.
They're answering each other's questions. I love that. See, that's what the tribe's all about.
Well, no, and that's why I love, you guys know how I feel about you. And for you new people coming to the channel, this is how we get down over here. There's a lot of love and a lot of family. Whether I have a guest on or not, I really try to, not ignore the chat and make it a very interactive experience, because the fact that you would spend 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour with us, it means the world. There's a million channels and streaming and YouTube, and, you come to, my hood, and you're going to get respect and love here. That's how we get down. So please subscribe and like, and go follow Queen B Numerologists on YouTube, and tell them the IG and TikTok as well.
It's all Numeralytics.
It's all Numerologics now. Okay.
Everywhere you're looking for me, if you type in Numeralytics, you're going to get Queen B, because that is, a very specific name that I created. So you're not going to find other people there. Yeah. So you're going to do the numeralytics.net. And then I'm on all social media under Numeralytics. And also under Teller B, you can look for Teller B Media, BTV. You can do all that stuff too. I do a lot of things on social media. And then Big E, I want to give a shout out. This is a woman
with like 30 aliases. But I gotta ask you though, because I'm the same way. Is that something with the life path with the 9?
It's not so much necessarily the 9 that I think it is the 5. Because we know you're a Virgo, so you have the 5 energy. Because we're versatile. 5s are versatile, and they're into a lot of different things.
Okay.
I have a lot of 5 energy in my chart.
Oh, because I was wondering, because we both are like that. Because I got E Complete, I got E Rhyme Sports, I'm Big E, I'm Eric Taylor. It's like
I think it's the 9 too, because we like a variety of things and we're universal. So I think with us, when we get a hold of something that we like or we love, we want to really share it with the collective.
Okay.
So then we end up with like 20 handles in like 5 different businesses.
I love that. I just thought of that right now, so I had to bring it up because that's really great. So we got any other birthdays before we go?
A couple of other birthdays. I just want to give a shout out right now to Queen Teresa, because she said there are 37 people in this chat and she only sees 29 likes. That means
thank you.
We're short some likes.
Smash the like button now.
Smash that like button. It don't cost you a thing.
It doesn't. And I just want to say this. Remember, and I encourage people to do this on Lloyd's channel, on Queen B. When you come to a live, you guys, not only, it's great when you like it and subscribe to the channel, but do us a favor. As soon as we end, before you just like run away from your laptop or your phone or computer, just take 5 extra seconds after we end it and leave a little comment, even a thumbs up, a fire emoji in the comment section. because that helps the show get pushed out by YouTube and the algorithms. And
Right.
so we greatly appreciate that. You know, of course, obviously super chats and Melinda, you got to share your Cash App. My Cash App is $BigEAstro, and your Cash App is what?
My Cash App is BTV79. So that's B, just like the bumblebee or the queen bee.
Yeah.
BEETV79.
All
Okay.
right.
So I appreciate any any offerings or
Donations and
donations.
love, yeah.
Yep.
Because you're getting a lot of knowledge. You kicking knowledge.
Yeah. And you know what? People are in the audience saying they have chills. Coach Kendra said, wow, I got chills too.
Oh, about the stuff with my dad.
I don't know if it was
Oh.
if it was about your dad. This must be
Oh,
about
just
the
all the
readings.
stuff. Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I
it's,
don't know which one it's about because there's a lot of stuff,
that's
but
all right.
people are talking about the synchronicities. People are talking about the likes, love, and condolences. So they're talking about your dad there.
Okay.
Um,
Now you
you
said
can also,
BTV 79.
yeah, BEETV79.
Okay.
Um,
I'm putting it in the chat.
yep. And then someone said you can also tie in numerology and astrology together. Well, ma'am, that is what I do. I'm an
Yes, she's an
astro-numerologist.
astro-numerologist.
Yeah. So you just stated what
No.
I'm doing. And then
Listen,
Mr.
when you around
Westbrook,
Queen
that's another
Bee and Lloyd
astro-numerologist.
Strayhorn, you around the best of the best. Jazz Aphrodite. I mean, you know, I only like
Jazz,
oh,
Nick, Portia,
Nick,
Lloyd,
Portia. Oh my God.
the whole
She is
family.
something. And
The whole
you know, and
family.
I've had all of them on my show, and I'm just so honored. You know what I mean? And that's why I really thank Lloyd, because he's really connected me with so many amazing people like you and Nick and Portia and Paris and Jazz and you know and even more and Uchenna, Dr. Uchenna. Like I just love it. So I stay in gratitude. So okay, who's the next birthday we got?
Couple more. So we got Mr.
Okay.
Westbrook saying very interesting. Synchronicities are real.
Yeah.
If you get a chance tonight for a question, I have one about America being 534 years since 1492. What's the
Oh,
significance of that? And for the American Indians, that Pumatisms. I am going to ask you right now to go subscribe to Numeralytics and also subscribe to BTV, Teller
yeah.
BTV.
Yeah.
Because I am actually going to be answering that question really soon in an episode that I'm doing on Numbers Matter. I won't get into that tonight because we're
Okay, that's
doing
going to be
readings.
powerful.
Yeah, but
now,
you know,
are
I
you
do
gonna be
stuff like
looking
that.
from 1492 or the fact that we're in our 250 year also this year?
They want to know about all of it. So
Okay.
you know me.
I know you're going to do it all.
I've
Just
already
make
broken
sure
it down.
when you're doing that episode, make sure you let me know so I can promote it to my audience to get everybody to come over there, because that's going to be must watch. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Please go subscribe to me, because if you like that, that's the kind of stuff I do. I just did a breakdown on Carter G. Woodson. You know, I'm the cultural preservationist.
Yes.
You know, and I'm a very, very, very proud.
And she means that too, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a life path 9, so you know, I will go to war with whoever wants it. Quickly.
Listen, Big E and Queen B, we down for the revolution.
Listen, and like Nas said, we don't take we don't take too kindly to jokes. We can take those as disrespect. So I don't play about my lineage. I don't play about who I am and my ancestors. So anybody disrespecting that can get
we
it.
are the copper colored people that Christopher Columbus, found.
That's right.
The indigenous American Indians.
So now let's get to Pumatinisms. I don't think I'm saying that right. But let's get to your birthday.
Puma. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, welcome, Puma. Make sure you subscribe.
And subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah.
And then drop your sun, moon, and
Teresa
rising.
said, everybody hit that like button.
Yeah, and drop your sun, moon, and rising in here for Big E, because he wants to know about that.
Yeah, I want to honor you, all you new people. Yeah.
So
Pumatism. If we don't get to, like I said, come back Thursday. I'll hook you up.
So wait, Pumatism's birthday is 12/5/1989.
Ooh.
So she's a Sagittarius 5. So she's a fire sign with an air number. That's a very favorable combination.
And 89. She's a
level 1 elemental combination. So you're very good at making things grow. So you're very good at that. Now, as far as your IM aspect, there is some conflict there. You are individual frequency 5. Your life path is an 8. They want completely opposite things. So this requires you to balance yourself. So if you've been feeling pressure or feeling like something's off about, are you doing what you're supposed to do? This could be why. This is what the numerology aspects do, you guys. It lets you know where there's pressure, where there's
Yeah.
stress, and what you can do to overcome that. Okay.
Right.
This is why I created them. So that's conflicting for you. So you need to balance your energy. This takes dynamic, focused balance. So you can transform that into something usable, right? Now, so when we look at it, what your guidance is going to be is align your power with principle and channel your change into purpose. Okay. You're very adaptable and magnetic, but you need to channel that into a purpose, because oftentimes with fives, if they don't find what they like to do early on,
They could be all over the place.
it be all over the place, and it turns into a overcompensation, a overindulgence, and you're not balanced with your energy, and it can turn into addiction. It can turn into addiction. So I like to tell my fives, get what you want to get early on, get interested in something early and stick with it.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
So in a way, it's kind of like the fives, they need to learn the discipline of the 8, right? Or the discipline of the 4, or I guess both, or
no, both.
Both.
Okay.
But
with the 5 and the 8, yes. And I talked about this because I think AJ Brown has similar aspects.
Yes.
So it's like you want to be free and be about, but the 8 demands that you have structure and that you build organizations.
Yeah.
And
he's still on the Eagles. He's not traded yet.
Hopefully June 1st, baby. June 1st. June 1st. You know what we're waiting for. June 1st.
We'll see what happens. I hope he don't go to the Patriots. That's all I'll say.
And I want Pumatisms to go follow me, and I want her to drop that question in my DM somewhere.
Okay, go ahead, Puma.
Because I'm definitely going to address that for her. So I want her to drop that question to me somewhere so I don't forget.
And I love the name too.
Yeah, I like that name. And then Miss Anna Herbe, we already did you, ma'am. You were 1024. We did your aspect. Quintella said, yes, our first session with Queen Bee was amazing. Denise said, I was in Queen's class last week. It was fantastic. I can't wait for the next session.
All right, Denise.
Someone's talking about the Boston Celtics. Peace. Let's get another birthday. Let me see.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why I brought it up, because a lot of people don't know, right? Because everybody thinks about Larry Bird and McHale and just this and that. But no, the Celtics, they used to be considered like, just like the Brooklyn Dodgers in the National League, like the black team, like black people love the Celtics, all my, father, my uncle and grandparents. Yeah.
Right. So a couple other things. Someone said, join the class because it's worth so much value. Someone said they're in a 9 personal year. If you're in a 9 personal year, you are going to be dealing with endings, losses, transformation. So it could be something that you've been working on from cycle 1 to 8 that's going to be transformed now. And it's going to manifest into what you want it to be if you nurtured it properly and gave it the right energy throughout the cycle. Someone said they're not sure what their personal year number is, so you need to get with me at Numeralytics, and I will let you know.
Reach out to Queen Bee. She'll
come get a reading. Now, what I'm going to do tonight for the audience that's out there, Big E.
Okay.
I have something called, so they can do 2 things. I have the Keys Consult, which introduces you to your energy. I recommend that everyone start with a Keys Consult.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the cheapest one that I have, but it puts you directly in tune with what your core energy is.
Okay.
And then you can move on to do other things from there. But if you don't know your core energy, all this other stuff is just like,
it can go over your head. So you want to start,
you can listen to it.
Yep.
And it might resonate, but you need that foundation.
Yeah. And thank you for saying that to the people, because that's one thing that Queen and I definitely as 9s have in common. You guys, and that's what I'm doing with my astrology course, right? 10 weeks, but you got to start with the foundations. You pour the cement, right? And then you build. So you want to understand these energies, whether it's the numbers or the planets and signs or whatever. So you got to start with the foundation. I know it. Well, you may not know it. So start at the beginning, pour the cement, and then you build, and then you can put it in your back pocket, and then it becomes intuitive and you see things coming. Right. That's why I'm doing this astrology course. And I'm so excited because our astrology workbook, myself and my amazing wife, she's doing the last final touches to get it aligned for the digital and the print. Okay. And my astrology workbook will be part of the course. And my astrology workbook is titled Star Signs and Rhyme Lines. So it's connected to hip hop and hip hop culture because I am E-Complete, the MC. I'm a hip hop kid first in New York City. So trust me, this book is not like any other astrology book you've ever read. And it is beautiful, designed by the amazing Pisces Mercury Alana Taylor. Okay.
That's right.
So
That's right.
she's making this whole thing happen. It's great.
I love it. I love you guys. And you know I love Black love. You know that.
Thank
And
you.
the family unit. I love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's just get a couple of these
Okay,
off.
yeah, just two more, and then we gotta let the queen go. She's busy.
Yeah. So real quick, Janice said, "Hey everyone, peace, Janice, peace,
Hey,
queen, great
Janice.
energy." She said, "Great energy coming through on this transmission. You know it with a couple of light path nines."
Janice is the best.
Kendra said, "Thank you. You're welcome, queen." Alana said, "The key to AI is don't make you lazy." Janice said, "Queen's first class was fire." Colleen said, "Correction. Her sun is in Gemini, her moon is in Taurus, and her rising sign is Sagittarius." Okay.
Oh, so
That
her sun
changes
is in
things.
Taurus, her moon is in. Okay, so but
Her
your
moon is
rising
in Taurus.
But listen, moon's in Taurus, sun is in Gemini, but your Sag rising, the Uranus is going to be in your 7th house, hitting your sun, but it's in your house of the other half. Definitely want to either come to Coffee Talk or book a reading because that. And by the way, I'll be doing Uranus and Gemini at Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric Saturday, April 18th, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 2 hours. $22, and you could order it on the website BigEAstro.com. But you don't want to miss that coffee talk. It's going to be off the charts for all 12 rising signs, breaking down that chart. Because and some people may not know this, Queen, but when there's a transit, you guys, you're taking a snapshot of when the Uranus enters Gemini at 0 degrees, and then that chart shows you how that energy will play out for the 7-year transit. That's why this is such an important time and Coffee Talk to look at this chart. So please, I want to see you all here on April 18th.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So one more birthday we have here. Yep. Someone, Farmer V YT.
Hey,
their
Farmer
birthday
V, they're new. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe to both of us, please, and hit the like button.
Their birthday is, their birthday is 6/6/1960. So they're a Gemini 6.
Wow, 6/6/1960. That's deep.
Yeah, there goes that 666.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a significant week for you. This is going to be a very significant week for you, Farmer V. And a month for you since you're a Gemini. You would benefit from a reading with E or myself.
Yep. And the Gemini Libra Deacon. So they are very, not just social, but they are about the barter and trade and building relationships.
So for you, for your IM aspect, it's neutral. So that means that you can be an adaptive builder. If you transmute your energy properly, it can lead you into passionate discipline. It's fire and earth energy. You're a life path 1. That means you're original trailblazer. You're supposed to be here to pioneer and create something new, but you're a magnetic harmonizer with your individual frequency. So you are very responsible and you kind of want to be in control of things. So you got to kind of release that control sometimes. You want to serve without erasing yourself. Don't meddle too much in others' affairs, especially your family. And then you want to lead boldly and practice humility for your IM aspect. And it is neutral, so it can go either way. It's going to be up to what you put into it there. Okay.
And they're air sign with the earth number, correct?
Yep. So they're an air sign with an earth number. Yep. Okay. So that air and earth, that's a level 3. But their IM is a different. So you get a level for your birthday. You also get levels for your aspects. Okay. So that's how we've been kind of reading them. Okay. Somebody said discipline is something that I have struggled with. I would get a good run, then it falls off. Yep. Yeah. So Miss Cutie Paws, I believe you was the one with the 4 and 8 energy. Definitely, it's something that you have to work toward. Yeah, it can be a strength of yours if you work it. That's why I said
once you solidify it, and the key is to start off like here. Start off with, we all can do this, 5 minutes a day, whether it's in the morning or at night, or 5 in the morning, 5 at night, of, let's say, doing breath work, toning, right? Or meditation. use guided meditations on YouTube. But when you can start to get in that discipline, right? And I want you guys to get this. The veil is super thin right now, right? We're leaving the Piscean age, headed toward the age of Aquarius. We're leaving the 3D, going to the 5D. But in part of this process of ascension, right? We're going through it on a cellular level, and so is the planet guide Mother Earth. The light codes from the sun. Get out there. I don't care if you're Asian, European, Caucasian, indigenous, African, whatever you are. Get out there and try to sun gaze at sunrise and sunset. And if you can, between 12 and 2, get out there in the middle of the day and get some sun. There are literally codes. Why do you think they're spraying? Why do you think you see all these, I can't say the word, but these puffy things and these clouds in the sky that are not real clouds? It's because they do not want you to awaken. You guys, they talk about World War III. We've already been in World War III. It's spiritual warfare. So take the time to connect to Gaia, Mother Earth, and nature, but also the sun is not your enemy. It is the bringer of life, vitality. All right. So you guys are going to be good, but just get out there and start building that discipline. If you start small, you can grow it bigger, Cutie Paws and everybody else. Okay.
Yeah. So one more, Big E. We got one more birthday.
Okay, one more for the go. One
more for the go. We got Lily Star 4624. Their birthday is 9/22/1983. Now I'm going to tell a funny story. I have a client that's born on 9/22 that tells me she's a Virgo, and we looked it up. She was a Virgo.
But there's some people at 9/22, depending on the time in the year, they could be a Libra, right?
A Libra. I would say that this person's probably a Libra. This person's probably a Libra, so they would be a air sign with an air number. So that is a level 4. That's intensified and amplified energy. So with that double air, that's going to be, don't overthink. Okay, don't overthink things. Think about things.
Either way, they're on the cusp of beauty, so they're going to be very attractive.
Yeah, they're very attractive, I'm sure. So when we look at your IM aspect, it's a complementary aspect. Okay. Again, I call you an adaptive builder. You have intuitive intellect. Okay. You're very intuitive and intellectual. Okay. So your individual frequency is a master builder 22. Your life path is a 7. So you're a master builder and an analytical seeker. You can use that life path 7 to be an expert in your niche that you want to master build. Okay, this is the way you need to use that energy. So your challenges are going to be withdrawal, doubt, deceit. And also with that individual frequency too, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that frequency, rigidness and overwhelmed energy. And also you got to be careful with the black magic and be careful with like get rich quick schemes and all that. Stay away from that stuff with that life path 22. Live on the high side of the 22, be a master builder for the good, not for the bad.
Okay. And don't let your thoughts like overtake you. Like I think sometimes people like this, they've got to ground and write it out. Or if you need to go for a walk and talk to yourself out loud, talk it out. Because if the thoughts are just trapped up here and they don't ever get dispensed out of the boca in a positive way, you got to have positive self-talk. That's really important for you as well. Okay. But definitely reach out. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button and go follow Numeralytics. All right. On YouTube and everywhere. This has been so. Okay, we're done with that.
Because I know you have stuff to say. Go ahead, E.
Yeah, no, I gotta let you go, but I gotta hit you with one last hurrah for the audience. What is the frequency and energy of April 19th, where we're gonna have the sun at 29 degrees? Because I do believe this year Taurus season is starting on the 20th, so we will have the sun in Aries, 29 degrees on the 19th, and then early on the 20th, but some point in the 20th, it will go into Taurus. So tell me about the 19th, 4/19/2026. What's the energy of that Aries sun, 29 degrees on the 19th?
So on the 19th, so this is going to be very similar to the full moon because it's also a 6 universal day. So that day is asking us to be balanced, to make adjustments that are necessary for ourselves, our home, our family, our community. And it's really asking you to look at what you want to improve upon for yourself or for your surroundings. Improve upon those things and beautify those things. And just make sure you're getting the proper rest. for that day, because it's going to be a lot of energy going on. We have a lot of transits happening.
I
All
think,
that
I think
energy.
that day, I think that day I'm just gonna lay low and stay inside.
Yeah, because all that day, all those planets are going to be conjuncting each other in
Oh,
Aries, and
and the
that's
sun at 29 degrees. Yeah,
right. The sun and the moon are going to amplify all that, right? So
oh,
it's going to really amplify this stuff, and it's going to really shine a light on it. So we got to really make sure that we're like, taking care of ourselves.
And just so that people know what's going to be interesting too, that day too, that moon will be in Taurus conjunct. It should be around close to being conjunct Venus and Ceres, the goddess of harvest. So yeah, it's just a
So
lot
that's
going
even
on
more.
right
That's even more six energy because Taurus is represented by that six. So
now. Yeah,
just
yeah.
like that, just like when we had the full moon, it's kind of revisiting itself
I
there.
love it. Yeah. And you guys go watch my Libra full moon video. It's on the channel. Go watch it, leave a comment. This was amazing. Like always, I just can't thank you enough. Whenever I pick up the bat phone and call for you always show up with the queens up. And I just thank you so much with such gratitude, my friend. Please share with everybody the website again, and any classes or courses or services that are new or that you want to highlight for the people so they can find out all the different ways to vibrate and to learn from the amazing Melinda Valentine.
Yeah, so I always have a lot going on. I'm always a plethora of ideas and things for the collective. So
I know.
what the main thing that I want you guys to do is go subscribe to my YouTube. So that's Numeralytics. You can
Yes.
also subscribe to me on all social medias there, but the YouTube to me will be the most important. I
Yeah.
want you guys to go to numeralytics.net. Get familiar with my site. I
Yeah.
have Oh, you know what? We forgot to do the birthday cards. I have Astro-Numerology. I created these
Oh, yes.
cards.
Any Aries and Tauruses. Yeah.
Do we have any Taurus twos here?
You want to do a giveaway?
Yeah. Wait, we had a Gemini 3. So who was that Gemini 3? Was that Colleen? Gemini 3, May 30th. Where are you? Please come in the chat. If you want to win the card, Gemini 3, going to win a birthday card from Queen Bee Astro-Numerology birthday cards. Okay, these are very beautiful cards. So I have a Gemini 3. I have an Aries number 1. So anybody that's an Aries that's born on the 1st, the 10th, the 28th, or the 19th of the month, and you're Aries, I have an Aries 1. So come to the end of the chat, like Big E says, when we're done with this. I want you guys to go
Yeah.
comment back if this is
Leave a
one of your
comment.
birthdays to win the card, and then you got to get with me to give me your address so I can mail it to you. So
Okay.
I have a Taurus 2, I have an Aries 1, and I have a Gemini 3 Astro-Numerology birthday card. And these cards were a spiritual download from Mother Gaia,
They're beautiful. You
from
sent one
my
to
higher self.
Alana. It was amazing.
Yes, they are amazing cards. And they talk about your energy, and they're just very beautiful. You can go to my website to purchase a card, or you can win the card like we just did. I forgot to do that contest, but we did have a Gemini 3. I know that. I don't know if we had the others here, but we definitely had a Gemini 3.
Yeah.
So Colleen, if you're that Gemini 3, I need you to get with me so you can get your card mailed to you.
Yeah.
I also want you guys to go to the site, subscribe while you can, while it's still $5. I
Yeah.
don't know how much longer I will keep this $5 a month. I'm trying to do this for
That
the
is a
collective,
great,
guys.
great
Yeah.
price and steal. Yeah.
So definitely make sure that you go subscribe to that so you can get access to all those great tools that I have. And I also have free tools there. So the aspects that I read tonight, that's a free tool on my website.
Yeah.
Just go to the site and hit Numerology Aspects, and you can do that for anybody you want. Okay.
I
You can
love
put anybody's birthday, you can do your own and read your own guidance. Okay. And then the main thing that I want people to do too is, now we talked about this energy a little bit today,
it. Yeah.
but tomorrow's April 1st, and I always drop a monthly Numeralytics energy alignment report on the first of every month.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, make sure you tune in to my alignment report on my channel so you
I'll
can
be
get the
watching.
full month breakdown of everything that I got to say. I got a lot to say.
Oh, she got a lot
Um,
to say. And if you're a tribe member, you'll find out personally on Friday night. So,
right.
and talk about some of these energies for April for the people. So, Queen,
Yes. Thank you,
my
E.
friend.
Thank you
This
so much.
was so
Love you.
awesome, so amazing. Thank you for honoring my father. You knocked it out the park like I knew that you would, and
That was my
really
pleasure and my honor.
overwhelmed me with the synchronicities and the information. And it does give me chills because it's like, wow, I see it in the chart. It's in the numbers, like, and then I guess it gives me that inner peace of saying, hey, he had a good run, his 45 years. He was alive and long enough to make me. And I just honor him every day of my life. And I have gratitude. I used to be that kid that was very sad on Father's Day in New York City because, we still go to school to the end of June. Out here in Arizona, the kids are out at the end of May. So, you're not in school for Father's Day. But in the East Coast, New York, I was in school for Father's Day. And I didn't have a dad to make cards for and stuff like that after 6 years old. So, it's just been a whole life of just really kind of, honoring and living to entertain and please and get that respect. But I just love the way you gave me such a powerful and precise and gentle information about my father. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you. It was my honor and my pleasure to do that. I really did take honor in that. And it was very special to me. And I hope it was special for you.
Yes. Oh,
And I
man.
hope that, maybe you did learn something new about your dad. And I hope
Totally.
that
Totally.
I do hope that it brought you a level of, I know you're at peace, but I hope
Yeah.
it brought you a higher level of peace.
Oh, definitely. Definitely it did,
Okay.
my friend. This was great, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope I see you guys on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be back for episode 441. Getting into more of the Aries season, looking at the Juno, Ceres, and part of Fortune in Aries. But I also just want to say real quick, please go to BigEAstrology.com, sign up for my astrology course. You will learn how to read a birth chart. Life will slow down. The birth chart's the map of your life and the remembrance of your soul. And with all that's going on and the shifts that we're going to have, and I just want to tell you, faith over fear, but be prepared. I'm a Virgo. I'm and a Cat Moon. I'm ready for 4 or 5 rainy days. But you have to mentally and emotionally and just physically be prepared. You see what's happening, so there's no shock or surprise. But we could be on an energy lockdown, the power grid, this, that, anything. It could be 2 weeks to 6 months. So all I'm saying is be smart, be safe, and be careful because I love you. And that's how we roll here. We deal in truth, okay?
And be focused and prepared for this 5 universal month ahead. A lot of energy, a lot of cosmic energy happening.
Yeah.
Be
definitely.
focused, be intentional, and be prepared.
Yeah. And have a great night. I hope I see you Thursday, but I also hope I see you Sunday, April 12th for the basic foundations of astrology class. All right. All right. Thanks,
Queen. See you in
Queen.
a tribe meeting on Friday too. Join
Yes,
the
tribe meeting. Yes, come join the tribe.
Yep.
www.community.bigeastrology.com. Queen Bee will be there. And similar to tonight, obviously a little twist, but definitely getting into all the energies of April for the collective, but also personally for you. And that's what but you actually get to meet her. Oh, it's over Zoom, but you still get to meet her and see her and talk to her. So you definitely want to come to the tribe. It's going to be a blast, and I just can't wait. And I know all the tribe members are excited. Oh, Queen Bee's coming back to teach? I'm there.
All right. And last thing I want to say, queens up and kings up to the nation. That means kings and queens understand their power, their position, and their purpose. If you're a queen or a king that understands that, you say queens and kings up to your fellow man and woman.
I love that. I love that, my friend. Thank you. You're the best. And thank you guys for watching episode 440 of my Knowledge is Love Astrology podcast, breaking down the numerology of April, of William Kidd Taylor, and for you in the chat for the